You're now watching the Journey Podcast. Name's Tanika Honus, and you're watching the Journey Podcast. Thanks for joining us today. I'm so glad that you get to hear what we have in store. You're now watching the Journey Podcast. All right, welcome back to the Journey Podcast. I'm here with a special guest, my guy, Connor. Connor, if you want to just give us a little introduction about where you working, where you from, how you grew up, man. We can start anywhere. It's on you, man. It's all about the journey.
Yeah, so man, obviously I appreciate you having me on. We ran into each other a few times, and I'm glad we could finally get it all settled in and get it done. But my name's Connor Huth. I run a training business out of Canton, Ohio called God's Court. I started it back in 2017, so 2 years after I graduated high school.
Started a business straight out of high school?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's what's up.
And, I grew up in a small farm town.
Yeah.
And my dad's job kind of bounced us around a lot. Ended up living in Kentucky, growing up in Akron and stuff like that. So, been to a lot of places, seen a lot of demographics.
Yeah.
And my journey's been special. I've been challenged. I've been through adversity. I've had love.
Yeah.
I had every facet of life, and, it's brought me to a point where I feel like I was chosen. I feel like I was a guy who was put in a position to help and give back to the next generation, and that was all my goal ever was, man, was to, be somebody that I didn't have.
Right.
That's what the whole point of God's Court was, man, was to have an avenue, have a platform for kids.
Yeah.
And it's been a blessing, man.
Let's start with that, man. Let's start with you starting the business. Let's start with you starting God's Court. Let's just go from there, man.
Okay.
Walk me through that.
So, yeah, man, like I said, I went to a Division II school out in Philadelphia, PA, called Valley Forge University. First year, I played a good amount of minutes, but my second year, we recruited a lot. We over-recruited, and the guy in my position was All-American. So it was kind of one of those years where I was just a practice dummy in a sense.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. It was challenging. Me and him went at it. Still one of my best friends to this day. But like I said, halfway through the year, our coach got fired.
Mm-hmm.
We were, I think, 17-2. We were on like a 16-game winning streak. And, he got fired, so it was kind of like just trying to figure out what I would do. I obviously didn't want to give up on the game,
man.
But I wasn't really willing to stay for another 2-3 years or whatever it was going to be under a guy I didn't know.
Right.
And
that's under the coach that recruited you.
Exactly. I wanted to be somewhere with the guy that I knew, and I knew that next year our class was coming up. So
that's great advice, fellas, man. When you enter in the space, man, enter in a space that has favor waiting for you, man. Like one thing that God does is his providence is before you, man. So like whenever you thinking about going somewhere, like God has already prepared it for you. It may not look right, it may not be what you expect, but one thing is that like you got favor there.
Yeah.
And it's hard to recognize, but it's a real thing.
Yeah, so I mean we kind of threw everybody for a loop.
Yeah.
And in my dorm room, actually, I got some of these same corny dorm rooms we got here below. Cubicle.
Right. No AC in ours.
Nothing in there. All it was a fridge and the game. But, a couple posters that you like.
Right.
But sitting in my dorm room, I started a page called God's Court, and everybody on my floor was all basketball.
Yeah.
I'm telling everybody, man, follow me, whatever. They're like, man, you don't even got no content up there.
Right.
So, it was kind of just like a premature thing, and it's crazy because at the time, like I said, you don't really understand where something is taking you until you get there.
What year is this?
So it's year 7.
Year 7?
Yep.
No, what year, like, is it like 2020?
2024. I started in 2017.
2017, so 2
probably
years
like
now.
2016, 2017.
Okay, cool. All right, that's one of, All right, cool.
So,
social media really taking off at this point, yeah.
And it was crazy, man, because I don't think at the time it was really a social media era yet.
Yeah.
I think it was on the cusp. Like, obviously you had your famous influencers and your rappers and stuff like that, but like Instagram to us was, taking a selfie.
That was really.
Or putting a picture of a book bag.
Yeah.
Kicks of the day or
right.
whatever it was.
wasn't even thinking about making money off of IG at that time
You weren't thinking about it being an avenue to grow your business.
at all.
And I don't know, I think it was just an emotional thing,
Yeah,
you know, but God's in control of your emotions too.
bro.
But yeah, man, you know, after I started that, few of our guys transferred out. Most of our guys left, dropped out. And when I came home, I hit up one of my good friends. He records. I hit up another one of my friends. He played, you probably know De'Allen Jackson. He played at Mount,
Yeah,
Division III All-American. And he was an intense worker. So I was like, hey, man, you know, I want to get you in the gym.
yeah.
And put him through the workout, got it on camera. I posted it for the first time. I think it got like 3,000 views in the first week. And then at the time, I was living in Copley.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the people from the Canton area were hitting me up.
Yeah.
So
Canton is like really big on basketball, like super big on basketball. They got the Eric Snow YMCA. Coastal Kufis got the court at Glen Oak High School.
CJ got a gym.
CJ McCullough got a gym. Like Canton is like basketball central.
And I think for me personally, I try to put myself in an environment where it's opportunity and challenge.
Yeah.
You know, I don't shy away from the hardships. And
Yeah.
I knew what it was. You know, I mean, I knew coming to Canton and stuff like that, it was prideful. It's just like joining a new team as a transfer. You probably, y'all already know. But joining a new team as a transfer, everybody going to look at you and wait for you to make the mistake.
Right.
You know what I mean? But once you take a hold and you become the man, like now you got it.
Everybody love you.
Everybody love you. And then, you know, you got to move different and stuff like that. And it's a maturity that comes with it. But, yeah, man, you know, I had a choice where I had to pick if I wanted to train Malachi Branham, Seth Wilson, guys like that. But I came here and I had Darren Peterson and Kobe Johnson. So it was kind of just like let me go here.
Yeah.
I mean, and but yeah, man, you know, when I started it, didn't really understand where I was going.
Yeah.
Just kind of had a passion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, had a love, and sometimes you don't need direction.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need something to fall out of the sky and be like, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? At times, man, you just gotta follow your heart and you feel like
Right.
what you feel like is right.
A lot of people tell me years ago when I'm like 18, 19, like Meek, bro, and it's even in the song, it's crazy. This I forget what the song is called. Oh my gosh. But like even the artist talks about like, yo, just really follow your passion. Like, yeah, in the meantime, you're gonna need some cheese, you're gonna need some money, you know, to sustain whatever you're trying to do. Like a lot of times, especially as a man, like we like are lost in the sense of purpose. And your purpose is where your passion is at. And if just like you said, man, like you follow that, like things are just gonna come around you and just build around you. Like you don't really gotta do much else but keep going. And it just be scary though. Like it be like, man, what if this don't work? You know, I got bills to pay, I got stuff to do. Like
I think too, man, like when you prepare.
Yeah.
You know, like growing up, I was a gym rat. Like I said, I moved to Louisville, Kentucky when I was, 13. I didn't know anybody.
Right.
You know, and I missed basketball season, and I was normally my avenue where I made friends.
Yeah.
You know, and I was kind of a social outcast, so I kind of found basketball, and I loved it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like when you take a look back on your life, when you get there and you arrive, you'll be like, man, I felt like that was gonna be what I was gonna do.
Right.
And you might not have known it at the time, but like I said, man, you continue to just do what you love, man. Find your passion. I mean, I remember days where I'm like, damn, man, I got 6 miles in the tank.
Right.
I don't even know how I'm gonna even make it to the gym. And I'm not going to the gym to make money. I'm going to the gym to just train somebody.
Just train.
So I didn't ever put money in a priority of mine.
But when you love something, I feel you, bro. Like when you love something, like you just doing it, and you gonna want to do it to excellence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be the best at this, and I don't care what nobody say. I'm gonna be the best at it. I feel
And,
that, bro.
I have conversations with guys. It's like, well, shit, how am I gonna pay this?
Right.
So what?
Let's make it happen.
I know people out here that's rich, and they hate what they do.
Sick every day.
Yeah, they're like, man, I gotta go to work at 4 a.m. I don't gotta wake up.
Man.
I don't gotta wake up for nothing. Even if I am dead broke, I don't gotta wake up. I can do what I want.
And I'm
And
good.
I think that's the freedom. Like I think that's why you become a boss. That's why you become somebody of power, because you want that freedom.
Yeah.
And on the other side of the spectrum, can you deal with freedom? Can you wake up and do what you want and do it right?
And do it right every day. And be consistent and steward what God gave you to the best of your capability. That's what it be, man. Like, bro, I just got done with it. I don't know if you see on my Instagram and this Proverbs series I was doing. And I'm like, I'm rereading, because I done read it before. I'm rereading. I'm like, bro, like my one of my core values is freedom. You know what I'm saying? My favorite animals is birds, because like they can fly.
Mm-hmm.
As corny as that is,
Yeah.
but like, I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody got their reason, man.
You feel me? And I realized, I'm like, bro, if God gave me too much freedom at, you know what I'm saying, when I was 21, I would have folded. I would have lost whatever he gave me. It would have been a wrap. But like at this point, it's like, oh yeah, I'm locked in. Like no one got to coach me. Nobody got to be in my ear. But it's discipline. You know what I'm saying? To get right there, bro.
That's probably the biggest thing. Like, I don't put a time frame on that.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't put a time frame like for me to say that because you 21.
Yeah.
Go out party. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like at 21, 20, I wasn't doing nothing. I was locked in.
So I'm saying you was already doing it. Yeah.
At 25, 26, I got to it, and now I can do what I want.
Yeah.
And I never had that freedom. I was always having somebody in my ear, whether it be my pops, whether it be my coach, just kind of disciplining me and making me stay on the straight and narrow. But when I didn't need that, that's when I was really challenged.
Yeah.
So obviously, when it comes to entrepreneurship and running your own stuff, like that's the challenges that come with it. And I think everybody wants that. Everybody wants that limelight.
They all want it.
They want to be that leader on the team. They want to be that guy who drops 25. But what happens on that night that you might miss a game winner and everybody on your back about it? Are you willing to take all of that? I mean,
it's what come with it.
And a lot of people fold, man. I'm not saying here I'm invincible and I'm protected because of my name or anything like that. I can fold too.
Man.
And so I always, try to hold that in the back of my head. Like, I'm not better than anybody.
Right.
Anything can happen to me too. So.
Yeah. That's really humbleness, man. I've talked about this before with people, and like being humble is really knowing that like you a beast, but like that beast is tamed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have to brag about anything. I don't have to show off for nobody. Everybody's, I'm looking at them equally with respect. You know what I'm saying? Honor.
I can tell when somebody's humble.
They ain't gotta say nothing.
Gotta say nothing. I know when somebody's humble.
You gotta say anything. You just walking, you just moving. That's what I hear from you, man. Let's go back to where you was at. You said you training some guys. You in Canton now. Mm-hmm. Let's go from there, man.
So yeah, man. It was actually a funny story, man. One of my teammates was from Baltimore, and I got a phone call from one of my buddies from Akron. He was like, "Hey, man, I got this young boy I want you to train from Chicago." So I'm like, "Man, I'm out here with pros, dog. Look at this little 12-year-old."
Yeah.
Right. So I go on YouTube. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm about to send you this clip. Hit me back. Tell me what you think." So I'm like, I'm watching this clip. I'm seeing this 400,000 or 500,000 views. I'm just like, oh, this little dude nice. So I'm seeing who he playing with. So I hit his pops back like, "Hey, man, I watched the clips." He's like, "So what would you do with this game?" I was like, "Man, I don't think he's very athletic. Obviously, I don't know your family or genetics, but I'll probably work on a lot of skill, a lot of crafty stuff. Obviously tighten up your jump shot, tighten up your footwork. Obviously I can't be like, all right, man, sorry, this, that, and the fourth.
Yeah.
Like, all right, man, boop, bye." But he ended up coming into the gym. His name was actually Coy Thurman. Some of y'all might know him. But he played on the Blue Chips with Bronny and them. And
pause for a second, man, because I know you done train some celebrity kids, man. One of the kids he trained Bronny, like LeBron's son. Talk about that, man.
Like to go on with the story, man. I was in the gym and his pops was like, "Hey, man, Bronny coming to the gym today. Don't record, don't tell anybody. And you know, I grew up in Akron, man. I lived in Akron. So for us in my circle, we love Brian. You know,
Cats don't understand out of town, like, bro. Akron is like
Brian, man.
LeBron. That's LeBron City, bro.
So you know, it's funny, man, because you know I think prayer is powerful.
Yeah. Like
genuinely, and I remember having prayers like, man, what if I got a chance to train him? It gives me chills. I can't even lie, man. And sure enough, he came to the gym. So I'm just, you know, I'm as a young man, 20, 21, 22 years old, I'm like, damn, Brian in my gym.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, all right, man, my life about to change.
Right in the Martin Center.
Yeah, like my life about to change, man.
Hey, the Martin Center is literally like an 8-minute drive from here. Literally, this is the church I go to. It's a gym. Literally 8-minute drive in the southeast side of the city.
So it's humbling, man. It ain't a beautiful gym. I love it.
Hey, man, humble beginnings though.
Man, ain't no AC in there, so in the time you opening up the doors and
that joint get hot, boy.
Yeah. But yeah, man, started working with him, and you know, I'm thinking to myself, like, oh man, I'm about to get rich. I'm about to meet Brian.
Brian in here, yeah.
I'm about to get paid, man.
Sign a check right now.
So it's like, you know, then you start looking at man that's gonna provide for you. And I'm not trying to get all biblical. That's not who I am. But
it's okay, man. This that space, man. I know I ain't say at the beginning, but this is FCA, man. It's Fellowship of Christian Athletes. And so a part of the journey is I know we talked about it off camera a little bit, is that piece of like, where was God at in your story?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you can identify like, oh man, this was definitely his grace, this was his mercy, this was his providence, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's important for everyday people, and that's why I was talking about the theologies is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But like, God is in everyday life, you know, in the mundane stuff, in your hard work. And so that's what this space is for, man, to show people that really are students right now, but hopefully the whole world one day.
Sure.
That like, yo, like God is in your details, and he loves you, care about you. You just haven't noticed. And so, bro, get as biblical as you want to get to,
like,
man.
You know, I actually started my business on, you know, just like I said, man, just being committed and just genuinely trying to help kids. I wasn't in it for any type of success, but
yeah,
you know, some of y'all probably 21, 22. Like at that point in your life, I'm getting old, fam. I don't like wearing all these Crocs anymore. I don't like wearing all these no name brand hoodies.
Yeah.
I don't like having to hit my homie up for an extra $1 just so I can go up the road and get something to eat.
Yeah.
That's not what I want to be. So, you know, when you get into a position like obviously working with Bronny, you thinking, oh, damn, yeah, Brian about to give me some cheese. And, you know, I started thinking like, dang, I started looking at Brian as like someone that can take over my life.
Yeah.
That can put me in position. And as it didn't happen, you know, I just started finding the happiness and the joy with just helping his son.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, God provides. You know, it's not
Jireh.
Nobody next to you is going to put you in position. God's going to put you where you need to be. And now it's up to you whether or not you're going to impact the way you should, or you're going to take a step back and say, man, this dude should have did something more for me.
Yeah.
And I've never been a handout guy. Even if they ask me if I wanted money, I'll tell them no.
Right.
Because that's not what I'm here for. And then, you know, that kind of just put me in a position of learning business a little bit.
Yeah.
Like learning just because so-and-so has an unbelievable amount of money, that's not their job to take care of me. That's not his job. You know, his job is to wake up every day, play basketball, and take care of his family.
Take care of his.
He don't care about this dang white dude down here. He don't care about me.
Not worried about none of that.
He might have heard about me. Like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, we trust him.
Did he train my son? Okay, that's cool.
Like dap you up, let you go walk through the crib, but he ain't going to just give you $1 million. Just because.
Yeah.
So he got rec league coaches. He's got middle school coaches. They're not getting rich off of him.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was kind of just me learning my worth.
Yeah.
Aside from who you are.
Yeah.
You know, and trying to build my own path.
Yeah.
And make my own way, not getting help from anybody else.
Yeah.
You know, true grind, man.
Bro, true. It sounds like, bro, at an early age, man, like you said you was locked in. It sounds like you just had this sense of discipline that kept you focused. It sounded like the men in your life was really speaking into you. Probably, I'm sure it was many women in your life too speaking into you. It sounded like you had this like support system, bro, that like allowed you to be like, you know what? I know this is going on. I know that may be going on, but like, yo, this is what I love.
Hey, for me, man, like personally, it was self. Like, yeah, you have people in your life that may have steered you and directed you in certain situations.
Yeah.
Taught you, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. But I was learning through my own experience. I put myself in that situation.
Yeah.
Nobody else could have taught me.
Told you how to do it.
Do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Go through what I'm going through right now because you never went through it. So it's more based off of morals.
Yeah.
What I wanted as a man.
It's like he opened up the book for you. Just open it up.
It's funny, man, because you know, in high school I didn't get good grades.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's your story, man. It's all good.
I didn't like going to class. But,
We're not encouraging that though. We're
not
not.
encouraging that. College, man. You in college now? It's money time. But high school, you can skate by, and that's what I did. And
We're not encouraging that either.
Nah. Obviously, we out of high school. If you have little homies and friends like me, I tell them different. And you know, my dad's a chemical engineer, born in India, raised in Africa. So when I came home from school and I didn't have my work done, you could imagine what I went through.
Man.
So it was more of, you know, trying to cheat the system, you know, trying to hide from it. But when I got into manhood, it was more of, dang, man, when you gonna get right? You
can't cheat it, man.
I can't cheat.
You can't cheat it.
I can't cheat. If I go 65 in front of a cop, I'm gonna get pulled over and get in trouble. If I don't pay my bills in my crib, they gonna take it.
Everybody gonna know.
If I don't pay my bills on my truck, it's
repo man is coming.
Yeah, now my credit score 550. Now I gotta call somebody.
Yeah.
So
you can't duck the grind.
And that's why
sometimes
I get upset with myself because at that time I wish I would have been more mature.
Yeah.
Instead of fighting stuff, like I was always defensive. I took things personal, and in certain situations you should.
Right.
Like if somebody says you're not good at basketball and you're a basketball player and that don't affect you, you don't love it.
Yeah.
If somebody says you know you're not a good trainer and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, but
it's okay to have pride in your passion.
Right.
Yeah.
But when somebody tells you that you're doing something wrong, change.
Yeah.
If you skipping lines or, you know, if you're not getting up at 6 a.m. like somebody should, you know, change that.
And we gonna notice.
It's real gonna always come. You know, cream gonna rise to the top.
Every time.
But yeah, man, you know, I learned a lot through, like I said, experience, man.
Yeah.
Obviously, great.
Say it's the best teacher.
And I had great parents, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Successful parents.
Yeah.
But, you know, I learned from my friends. I learned from my coaches. I learned from everybody. And I also look at personalities, too.
Yeah.
On how I want to be, how I want to carry myself. But, yeah, man, you know, it's a blessing.
That's what's up, man. Thanks for even walking us through that.
Yeah.
What you doing right now, bro?
Right now, man, I'm kind of at like honestly, I feel like I'm at a decline.
Oh, yeah?
Just because I'm kind of tired.
Yeah. You put in a lot of work.
Put a lot of work
in a short amount of time.
So, you know, I guess I'm just trying to wait from the fruits of my labor. Like
yeah.
I'm trying to just maintain, you know, and spend time with my family, spend time with my dogs, you know. So right now, I'm not really too worried about basketball. I'm not really too worried about getting anybody better at the moment. Obviously, my clients and stuff like that, don't get it twisted. I'm not.
You ain't trying to trade me for real. Don't
take it like that. But like back in the day, I wanted to show everybody I was this.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I'm just trying to.
You don't got nothing to prove, no.
Yeah, mentally, and physically, and emotionally, I'm trying to break through to what's gonna make you really successful in life.
Yeah.
Not doing numbers, you know what I mean? Not having 25, but the true definition of success, waking up every day and doing what you need to do to be the best version of yourself every single day.
That's what's up, man. So what are you aspiring towards then? Like what you think life gonna look like 10 years from now?
10 years from now, beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Life is gonna be beautiful, but like as far as profession and stuff like that, I'm kind of torn between the training and the coaching.
Yeah. You at McKinley, right?
Right
Yeah.
there. Yep, I had JV at McKinley.
Okay.
And that was my first year this year, and I liked it. I enjoyed it. I think it's just a different connection that you have with kids in the game setting.
Yeah.
Like,
For sure.
it's dope being in the hours where ain't nobody saying you and it's you and your guy, and you just crafting and just knocking stuff out, fixing footwork or whatever it is that you got a problem with. One-on-one, I've had kids cry to me. I had a trainer, I done teared up with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think
that one-on-one just more.
That one-on-one private setting is special.
Yeah.
But
opposed to the team.
The team setting is dope because you can see you building something.
Yeah.
And, when you get to the end of the year and you can say, man, we came together.
Yeah.
We're playing unselfish, or everybody on the bench is clapping when somebody falls on the floor, everybody picking them up. I don't got to tell somebody.
In the dope moments, man.
Yeah, like
you ain't got to say it. It's just happening.
Real leadership.
Yes.
And I guess, man, I'm just going, cliche, I'm just going wherever God puts me, man.
Yeah.
I don't know where my life is going to be in 10 years. Yeah. But short-term wise, I think it's just about growing mentally and being prepared for wherever God puts me in that 10 years. Because what happens if I do become a millionaire?
Man.
What happens if
How you going to handle it?
Yeah, what if I do end up broke? You know what I mean?
I told them one time, I said, listen, man, everybody want that 100K job, 250K job, but them job requirements, them requirements is a different level.
This is one thing people don't understand. You got to work.
Bro, say it again in the mic.
Got to work, man.
I'm gonna put an edit on that when I re-edit it. I'm gonna put something on that.
Look, man, you gotta understand. It's not.
You can't duck the hours, man. The hours is gonna show it.
And it's not even necessarily the hours. Like, raise your hand if you played all 4 years in high school. All right. So when you went out, like, to a local diner, I don't know where you guys are from. You went out to a local diner. Everybody's like, "Oh, what's up, man? You had a great game last night. You played well, man. We're watching you. We're watching you."
Yeah.
So now, your impact changes. You can't be like everybody else.
Yeah.
That's work. When you mentally have to focus all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the hours that you go and spend in the gym, 2 hours a day or whatever you do. Not talking about the 500 reps. That's easy work. That's fun work. Me being in the gym with you, that's fun work.
That's good, bro.
That's good work.
Talk about that, man. So, that's talk about this right here, man.
So, that's good work.
That's some wisdom right now.
The tough work is when I had a bad game. When I didn't get the credit I deserved.
Yeah.
Now the work is, am I gonna go home and try to find a way to build my mental through it? Or am I gonna get emotional and go do something I shouldn't?
Yeah.
So, I think the work is being able to, throughout those tough times and throughout that moment, being able to go out in public and have a mental. That's what people say about LeBron all the time. This man been in the league, he's been chastised, he's been, talked down upon.
Record clean.
And he continues to stay at that even kill level.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, I think the work is when, cliche, when nobody's watching.
Yeah.
What are you doing on that free time? What are you doing in those moments where maybe my girlfriend broke up with me?
Yeah.
Me and my mom might be going through it.
Yeah.
Am I still gonna, go back to the gym? Am I still gonna go back into the Word?
Yeah.
Like I said, man, I've been to a Christian college or went to a Christian college.
Yeah.
Y'all lucky. Y'all got to go 15 days.
Yeah, for the 15 credit SFOs. Yeah, 15 of them.
Y'all lucky, man. I had to go every day. All right. So
every day is kind of insane, bro.
it was crazy. Yeah. But I've been in your shoes. Literally, I've been in your shoes. Y'all are probably better than us.
For sure.
We beat y'all, but y'all was probably better than us, man. But I've been in that position, man, where it's just like it feels like it's always something.
Mm-hmm.
It's always something, man.
Yeah.
Like it's never just maybe a day, maybe an hour, maybe a moment, but it's never just like
a regular day.
Yeah, man. It's never I can just wake up and go through McDonald's.
Man, hoop, eat, go to sleep.
It's always something.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be. You think well, I know if I do this or if I get here that all that'll go away.
Yeah.
All that'll go away. And I thought the same way. You know what I mean? I thought, if I get successful and I grow my brand, and I thought all of a sudden it was going to be life is flowers.
I can
man.
chill now.
I'm cool now. Man, it got even harder.
It's not going like that.
And it got even harder. So
Inky, you know who Inky Johnson is? Dude with the one arm, public speaker. He said one time, he said, is the reason why you're playing the sport, is it for the outcome, or is it predicated on your character? He was like, if it's because of the outcome, then if you don't get that outcome, your character's gonna change. Like you're gonna like how you was saying, like you're gonna respond. Are you gonna respond the way doing something I'm not supposed to be doing, or am I gonna like lock back in?
But even crazier, man.
Bro.
Like, simply some people don't know how to handle success.
Bro,
We all know how to handle failure, man. We done failed.
man,
A lot
more
of us
times
ain't
than I like to
been
count.
Truly ain't been successful.
Yeah,
Like, what is success? I mean, but that goes back to what you're saying. Like, is your success money oriented?
what's
Is
the
it-
outcome?
Is it 25 points?
Yeah,
Is it the national championship? Is it stuff like that?
because it's always gonna be what's next. If it's outcomes, it's always gonna be. Or if it's a dollar amount, it's always gonna be. All right, I got $1 million. How can I get 2?
Hey, look,
That's what it is.
and I challenge everybody. What would happen if you got everything you prayed for? What if you got everything you prayed for?
Bro,
I,
that's
I,
good.
I did. Everything I prayed for, God gave me.
Man,
Now what?
that's good.
So,
Yeah.
like, I think it's just being comfortable. I mean, getting past your insecurities, getting past the stuff that you went through, controlling your emotions. Like, I'm a big guy on, I want people to feel my pain. Like, that's just who I am. I want you to feel what I went through, whether it's good or bad. I want you to know. I want you to feel me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I had a long day, I want you to know.
Yeah.
Some people more mute, more quiet, and just kind of grind or do whatever they do. But I'm a type of person, I'll tell you my emotions.
Yeah.
So, that's one of my downfalls, man, is just not being in control of my emotions.
Yeah.
And acting impulsive or irrational.
Yeah.
So, that's a lot, man. You got to really figure out yourself.
Gotta learn yourself to lead yourself.
And you
Yeah.
guys will be successful, man.
Yeah.
You guys are already successful. You're in college.
Yeah.
So,
You're already beating odds. Whether
Right.
you know it or not, you're beating a lot of odds already. I know it may seem light or insignificant, but I promise you, it's billions of people wish they could sit right here.
and get your degree.
Yeah.
Get your degree, man. And you're not here for no other reason.
Yeah.
I love basketball too, but I didn't understand that at the time either.
Yeah.
I wish I would have continued my schooling career, not necessarily at that university, but I
Right.
should have been dialed in on
School
getting my
somewhere.
degree.
Yeah.
Now I'm just going back and paying $35 just to get my transcript to see how much more I got to do.
Right.
But, obviously continue through your education.
Yeah.
Just not the big picture, man. Knock out the small stuff.
Small. Yeah.
Get your degree. Get in the weight room or whatever it is. Continue to, go into your routine. Because those habits, they're going to come back.
One thing I want to highlight that Connor been talking about the whole time is, you don't have to have everything figured out. Like you don't gotta have much figured out. You just gotta go. And what he highlighted is like your passions. You just gotta be smart. So when small successes come, you gotta think about, all right, like how do I handle this? You gotta be diligent and have some discipline. All right, let me listen to the people in my life who are a little bit older and they got some type of knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Take everything with a grain of salt, right?
Yeah, so like, I would love to be the type of person like, man, hey, I was a 4-year letter winner.
Yeah.
I mean, average 25. You know what I mean? But played 3 years of varsity basketball, man, right?
Yeah.
Played 2 years in college. But every time I had a good practice, I always felt like I was going to get in the game.
Yeah.
I have a great night, maybe come off the bench and hit 17. I'm gonna start next game or I'm gonna play more.
Right.
Don't play the next game. Don't play the next game. And are you still gonna wake up and go to practice and work your tail off?
Man.
Are you still gonna go to the classroom and get your stuff done? You know what I mean? Are you gonna be able to get in extra shots even if I know I'm not getting in the game?
Yeah.
And I think, man, like your love will get tested, man. Whatever you do, whatever you decide to do.
It got to.
Yeah, you're gonna get. It's gonna
It's
come.
gonna
to
get
light.
tested.
Yeah. I know I had a.
That fire gonna hit. It's gonna bust pipes or it's gonna make a diamond.
So I went to I went to a Christian college, man. So I went for education major. I wanted to be a teacher, to coach.
Yeah.
So man, all my classes were like 6 girls and me, right? I'm like, man, I don't know if this is for me.
I'm out of place again.
This ain't it. Normally I got somebody next to me that can help me out. This girl talking about you gotta read more. I'm like, but
I ain't had one book in college.
man, dog, I couldn't even.
It's a caption on my Instagram post, man. I graduated, I ain't buy one book.
One book.
I ain't get one.
So, but
Couldn't do it.
But so I go and take a test, man. You gotta, take like an entrance exam, and I didn't pass it. And when I came home, I was student teaching.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, man, because I could have said, well, I didn't pass. Let me not go forward with my next objective.
Yeah.
So I went to student teaching, and one of the persons I was sitting with, he said, hey, man, if you want to be a coach, go be a coach. If you want to be a teacher, man, be a teacher. Don't just be a teacher to coach. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I would have took myself out of that situation, I probably wouldn't have got that wisdom.
Yeah.
And I got another story, man. A guy named Remy Workouts from Miami, trains D Wade, Jimmy Butler, all those guys. Brandon Knight. So he was going to a rec in Cleveland out in Bedford, training a guy from here that was in the league. So he had hit me up like, hey, man, you want to come help me train this guy? I'm like, yeah, man, I'll come up there. 2 hours for free, ain't nothing.
Cool.
So I'm like, man, Willie Reed and some other guys from the Clippers and stuff, man. I ain't gonna say no names. But
now you been dropping all these names, man. You might as well drop them all.
I ain't gonna do this, man. So,
I already feel like I'm sitting with somebody famous.
Nah,
You already?
But
How many followers you got, man?
6, 7. I don't even know anymore. I don't even look at that stuff no more. But
I'm trying to I gotta gas you up, man.
So I'm sitting there, and in my head as a young guy, I'm like, man, I wanna work with a pro.
Yeah.
I wanna train with these league guys. And the guy sat me down, and he was like, hey, man, I want to tell you something. Don't chase a pro, make a pro. And I say that, and I say this stuff because I continue to put myself in the environment to learn. I put myself in environments to be challenged.
You're always a student.
Always.
Every point of life you get into, you're a student. I don't matter what field it is. But break it down, man. You always a student, man. If you're not thinking like that, I promise you, but you think it the wrong way.
And I like to learn in certain areas.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna be honest with you, man. You take me to a math class, I might struggle.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm not interested. Now on the flip side of that, if that's who you are, you better find what you love.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You better find out because you have to be interested in that field.
Yeah.
I like learning about basketball. I like learning about training. So obviously, common sense wise, that's my avenue. That's what I'm gonna do.
Be a student to this.
God put that on my heart.
Put it in your heart.
So when I took that advice, I'm like, okay. So let me go find the rawest young dude out here, and let me make him into a pro. Let me challenge myself to make somebody a pro. And when God puts people in your life, man,
He does.
He puts people around you.
He's strategic, man. With everybody's
and
life. Yep.
for good and bad.
It's all to grow you closer to Him.
I'm gonna send this to my brother when I'm done. But one of the bad people in my life was my brother. Okay, love him to death now. But he was a guy that I learned what not to do.
Yeah.
Now on the flip side, man, you gotta find some people that you can learn from what to do.
Yeah.
But you know, you guys are at Christian school, man, so you going to have plenty of people around you. Don't fight that. Like, I used to be a guy that used to fight that stuff.
Yeah, resist the good.
Leave me alone, dog.
Yeah.
I pray every night. But man, take advantage of the situation that you're in right now. Like, take advantage of that. Grow in your faith, man. Grow in your journey.
Talk about that. When we was off camera, we was talking about the woman who spoke into you, man. Talk about that right quick. Where you was
I
at the
definitely
school.
had situations where I was a guy who stayed after in chapel because I was going through something, and I just wanted to stay and pray. And I think it was an older lady. She came up to me and looked me in my eyes and was like, man, you have a calling. You know, everybody else leaves, and I see you stay in after here to pray extra, you know, make you tear up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm going to continue to say it, but I put myself in that situation.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I stayed. I was faithful. I stayed in that moment. I
Yeah.
didn't run from it. I didn't try to go somewhere else. I was like, man, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take advantage of that. And I think it gives people the sense of wanting to help.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and that's a big thing when, I mean, I know as for a coach, I got kids on my team that I can tell they want help.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell kids that don't. And I'm not the best judgment, you know what I mean? I make my mistakes. I maybe could have helped this kid more than this one.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, your intensity and your character towards certain things, man, can make somebody want to help you even more. So, yeah, like I said, man, I stayed after, and she told me that, and I always was like, man, what she mean by that?
Yeah.
So I was so premature in my walk that I didn't understand really what she was saying.
Planted a seed in
Planted a seed in my mind, though, to make
Yeah.
me think, like, well, maybe God does have something special for me.
Yeah.
Maybe I am different than my friends who,
Yeah.
you know, is going out at night. Maybe I am different.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think, you know, it comes some fear with that.
Oh, for sure.
Some fear with that
Yes, for
side
sure.
of, you know, Christianity and,
Yeah.
you know, Cain and Abel. You know, that story.
Man.
You know, guys like that, man, you know, you might have to lose some family members, you know. You might have to cut off your best friend. And I'm bad at that. I'm not good at that,
Yeah.
you know, because I love them.
Yeah. Man, Jesus says a lot of things that's offensive, man. He said, you know, if you love your mom more than me, you're not worthy of me. You know what I'm saying? It's some hard script in there. And you know, it's good that you even, you know what I'm saying, brought it up, because I know, like, it's just life, man. Like, it's people that you care about, you love. And the word cut off, man, I always think to myself, like, how did you do that? You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I've learned over the years that just a little distance can go a long way. You know what I'm saying? Because you still love that person, whoever it may be. Now you treating them different or something like that. But sometimes it's a little distance.
Obviously, like, family is an extreme.
Family is family. You know what I'm saying?
Family is an extreme, and I understand, like,
Yeah.
some people, you know, may have been raised by their mom.
Yeah.
Man, nobody's coming in between me and my mama, right? And I understand that.
Yeah.
But it's not about picking somebody over somebody else.
Sharp.
But I'm giving more, I'm being more reflective, and I'm being more compassionate, and I'm understanding more biblically, right?
Yeah.
Like, especially when I used to get injured in my dumb self, but, you know, I always be like, man, God took this away from me because I like basketball more than God.
Right.
That ain't why. I was just weak. You know what I mean? My ankles was weak. I came down on somebody's ankle.
Man, I blame my LCL tear, bro. I'm like, God, you didn't want me to play football. Like, what's going on? I could have got drafted. Bro. You playing with me.
You took it away from me. Now what you want me to do?
Bro, I used to be sick at Godfrey. I'm like, bro.
I was the one in the gym, fam.
Man,
I was working.
what?
But
Scouts at practice. I'm like, bro, I'm on the way. I'm
I'm good now. But, you know, I don't think it's you know, not saying that you got to put God over your mom.
Yeah.
You don't got to put your mom over God. It's not a competition. It's not a competition with him. It's more of that he wants you to understand that he's here for you.
Yeah.
It's just simply that.
Yeah, man.
When you steer away from the relationship side
Yeah, man.
Even if you're going through something, it could be the worst thing in the world. You might feel like
You want that number one relationship in you, man.
I got stuff I tell God that I don't tell my family.
Yeah.
I got stuff I tell God I wouldn't even tell my best friend.
That's the secret place. That's what he talk about. Yeah.
So, you know, when you start putting that stuff over him, then he gonna show you.
Yeah, he want that. He wants
that one-on-one personal
He want
love.
that, man. Like
he wants your heart.
He want it, bro. He want it all. And then everything else gonna fall into place. It's gonna fall in the right order. Bro, it just take time. Cause it's hard to, you know what I'm saying, how that people think that, all right, yeah, I gotta say I just got baptized. That's how we first met, by the way, I feel like, cause I ain't really talked to you before you got baptized, but when I seen you got baptized, I was like, oh, bro, like, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? We kind of
got harder after that, though.
Right? Remember when I prayed, bro? I was like, hey, man, like, people get baptized, bro. I know everybody cheering for you. Right? I remember what you had on the Orlando Magic shorts.
Yeah,
I remember the day like it was yesterday, bro. And I'm like, bro, it's going to get harder, bro. And I remember you was just like, what? I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, bro, it's about to get hard.
I think it got harder for me when I started God's Court.
Bro.
But, you know, I think it was, I mean, I got people that, come on, man, you got the nerve to have God in your name.
Yeah.
I'm Connor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm Connor, man.
Yeah.
I'm not God's Court.
Right.
I'm me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's obviously my label and what you view me as.
Right.
Thankfully, you know what I mean? I'm glad that you see my stuff and it's going well.
Yeah.
But I'm Connor, man.
Yeah.
I'm just like you.
Identity.
You know what I mean? I'm literally just like all of you guys. Man.
Yeah.
Grew up on the playgrounds, played basketball. I'm just like y'all, man. She grew up in a farm if you grew up on a farm. So, I mean, like I said, that's why I'm blessed from my demographic and where I came from, because I can relate. But yeah, man, it's gonna put a tag on you.
Yeah.
Just like anything, as a basketball player, you got a girlfriend. We all been there, boyfriend, girlfriend. Man. Feel like when you get a girlfriend, more girls want you.
Bro.
You know what I mean? So, you know, you get challenged more.
Yeah.
When you have that label as a basketball player, you're gonna get challenged more.
Yeah.
As an entrepreneur, as a boss, as somebody of higher power. Jesus, man.
Yeah.
About the story of Jesus, it's simple.
Man.
He got
real challenge.
He got challenged
all the time. Stop preaching right now, or we gonna kill you. Nah, I'm not stopping.
Right. And you know, like, and that's why he says that stuff. That's why it's important to understand, because he wants you to go the length of you will die behind his word.
I'm dying behind this.
I'm dying behind this.
Yeah.
Because he will do the same for you. And I'm not saying, like, if someone put a gun to my head, you picking Christ or the gun. You know what I mean? I'm going to try to talk to this guy. I don't want you to
Let's
shoot
talk
me.
him down. Let's talk
like,
him down.
Nah, man, don't
and
shoot
say,
me.
God, I'm picking you, but let's talk him down. Can I talk him down?
Right. What he's saying is, he wants you to do what you love, man. He wants you to take advantage of where he puts you.
Yeah, man. He definitely.
He's trying to help you.
Yeah. It's definitely levels with it, man. And like you talking about, you grow into it. Like, you grow in deeper relationship over time with him, and you start understanding, like, he really not playing. Like, you know what I'm saying? He really died for this. Like, he really died for me. It really starts hitting you over time, how intimate it really is. Because it don't hit everybody that intimate at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? But it just really depends on your heart.
And I'll be honest with you, man. Sometimes I don't pray.
Man. And we'd be lying if we said we was perfect every day. We'd be liars.
So one thing God did to me is made me an honest man. So, sometimes I don't pray.
For sure.
Sometimes I pray and be like, man, hey.
Bro. I'm already, man. Already.
Done, man.
Yeah.
Got no more to give.
Yeah. It be feeling like that some days.
Got nothing left, man.
Yeah.
Do something for me. Now I'm asking for favors. And, also, too, man, be careful what you pray for.
Boy.
And I it's funny, man. I got in trouble before. Right.
At the last little point, because we got about 3 minutes.
Yep. So, I mean,
close this out.
Close this out, man. I made my mistakes. Did wrong. But it's funny, man. I always used to pray to God, do whatever you got to do to make me right. right? Do whatever you got to do to make me a better man. What if you wake up one day and you get pulled over and you get in trouble? And you sitting in a jail cell.
God thought I prayed to you.
I said, do whatever you want. I said, do whatever you want. You did.
You did.
You did whatever. So what I'm saying is, man, there's power in that prayer.
Yeah.
Like, if you really want that, pray about it.
Yeah.
And believe you're going to receive that blessing. Believe that he's going to put it in front of you, man.
Yeah.
Because he can. And he's going to do whatever he has to do to make you right.
Man.
So, you know, like I said, man, just sum it all up. It's about perseverance.
Yeah.
It's about sticking to whatever your code is, man. Stick to your code.
Yeah.
If it's you feel like it's that, continue to do that. I mean, don't waver.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of things in life that's going to derail you from your goals, from your dreams. Don't ever let your vision get blurred because you off the rail.
Yeah.
Like, we may go this way, we may go that way, but I know at the end of the day, me and God had the same connection on what I want to do in life.
Yeah.
So, you know, it might be hardship. It may not be that 5-6-figure job. It might not be that $1 million that you always wanted.
And you still cool with it.
But, you know, you got to be willing to take it for what it is, man, and continue to do your purpose and live in your faith and your journey, regardless about anything else.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm thankful, man, because I know I'm doing what God wanted me to do.
Walking in purpose.
And that's the biggest thing, man. And, yeah, it's going to be hardship, no doubt. You know what I mean? You're going to have times where you're struggling. You're going to have times where your heart hurts. But I think, you know, going home at night every day and saying, wow, I'm doing something purposeful. I'm helping somebody. Yeah. I mean, you can work at McDonald's or whatever and still do the same thing.
Yeah. So
I think, you know, just like I said, man, find your purpose and stay in that moment. If it's basketball, stay in that moment. Do it 100%. Go as hard as you can. If it's a relationship with your girlfriend, relationship with your family, man, take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Do it 100%. You know, do it 100% with your family. You know, and most importantly, man, stay in the Word.
Man.
Stay in the Word and do that.
That's the foundation.
Every day.
Hey, Connor, man, it was a pleasure. I thought I could talk to you all day, bro. But for the sake of the SFO, we about to wrap this up, man. Thank y'all again for joining us on the Journey Podcast. Till next time.
No doubt. Thank you.
Damn, hey, y'all.